Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to Synchronicity Web TV. I am your host, Nadiya Shah, and this is your moment of synchronicity. Well, I'm so excited to celebrate with you today, Anj Nour. Now, Anj is somebody that you've seen on my channel as of late, and now she's coming to Synchronicity University as part of the January 2025 speaker series. And oh my goodness, does she ever have a light? Does she ever have enthusiasm for astrology? So I know we're going to have so much fun talking about not just her upcoming class, but about so much more astrological and maybe even beyond that as well. It is Anj coming to the January 2025 speaker series. From the time that this is publishing, you have just a few days left to choose your tuition rate, as low as just $5 a class, to learn from Anj and these other incredible astrologers. And now here we are. Anj, thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Queen Nadiya Shah, Queen of Astrology, Nadiya Shah.
Oh, look at you.
You've inspired me so much. I want to give you flowers. I want to give you your flowers. First of all, you are an amazing astrologer, so influential, and I'm so grateful for you and for your teaching and hard work throughout the years. And you inspire so many people, astrologers and students of astrology, really. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I thank you so much, Nadiya. I love you.
Well, you're so lovely, and I love you too. And how wonderful to know that my work has meant something to you in your own journey, because from what I can see, your astrology is very on point. I am really enjoying your astrology as well. So I'm really very grateful to be part of your journey in whatever way that you have felt inspired by it. I love you. I thank you. And yeah, it's incredible to think about how we don't always realize our work is reaching people. And so you were on my channel recently. And so you've already had a chance to reach people through my platform. And then you have your own platform on YouTube as well. And so I don't even know where to begin. Like, let me ask you, why do you love astrology? Let's start there.
I think it's a map to your own soul. It's like it gives you the clues and it's like the rules of the game, right? Of the games of the game of life. Just accessing it, it's like your own little treasure map. And so you get to know that, oh, okay, so these are my energies. How can I work them to my advantage, right? How can I access the best out of what has been given to me, really? From the beginning. So that's why I love astrology. It's just, it allows you to understand yourself better, ultimately. So, yeah.
Isn't that a beautiful way to put it? There's something very empowering about understanding yourself more deeply. And then sometimes we go through these transits and they make us know ourselves in new ways, right? And that in and of itself is how we become something else or become something more.
Yeah, because when you have challenges, when you have transits, ultimately it's gonna bring something out of you. It's gonna make the soul like leave what was the purpose of the soul. So you don't have to fear any transit in life. And I love a very, very positive astrology, honestly, because it's always for your own evolution. So it's never like, oh, this is happening to me, and feeling like a victim, feeling like things are happening to you. And so that's why I really connected, and when I started astrology as well, with astrologers, there were just not light about it, but just like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. Not like, oh my God, you feel so like overwhelmed with the energy. This is gonna happen to me. Oh my God, no, not at all. You are in control. You always have free will, right? And so that's I think the best way of looking at astrology is just like, it's a tool for you to evolve and to follow along. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put myself out there, and I'm gonna work with what's going on right now in the sky.
Yeah. And there's a higher intention, right, to all things. And, you know, the other day I was speaking to Sabrina Monarch, who is also a part of one of our other January programs coming up. And I was saying to her, like, oh my God, Pluto, right? In my own way, in a much nicer way, in a much more elegant way. I was saying,
No, it's a good way.
Pluto.
It's a good way. It's real. It's real.
Yes. And I mean, I do think that I'm getting better at it, put it that way. The first like pass that Pluto made into my sign was really brutal. That was last year in the spring in 2023. And then this year, it was earlier this year, Pluto entered my sign. And again, it just felt like there was so much intensity and everything. But it feels a little better right now. It feels a little different. And I think that's part of just getting used to the harder transits. And one part of it really was Sabrina saying to me, you know, I was telling her about Pluto, my sun sign is Aquarius. And she said, I'm so excited about who you're going to become. And that was just the reframing that I need. And that's one thing I really like about your work is that you're all about that reframing, helping us to see and really conceptualize these transits in a way that is, just as you said, it's looking at it from a more empowered lens and a more uplifting lens. And all are correct, right? Like it's correct to say, dun, dun, dun. Oh, everything's gonna, that's correct. But it's also correct to say, wow, here you come, just becoming something more, becoming something better. And that's one thing I love about your work is that you focus on and you intellectualize and articulate it in a way that's about the lift that's promised there.
Uplifting people, of course, but it's really about the challenges is for you to transform. So, for example, with Pluto, right? Why fear something that is gonna give you power? So you always have a scale, you know, of energy, the higher frequency of the planet and the lower frequency of the planet. Pluto is all about power. So of course, on the other side of power, you have fear because you feel powerless and you feel like, oh my God, no, and what's going on? And am I gonna survive to this? Right? Good. You need to die to your old self, shed the layers that are not useful anymore to you, and just become this beautiful, new, refreshed, and transformed, you know, empowered person, really. And Pluto, that's the thing also, it's like the planets are never gonna take something away from you that was useful and who that was true to you, right? It's like if it's true to you, it's gonna stay with you. And you know what we fear? No, I have to cling to this because that's my identity. No, trust the planets, trust the process. If it's gonna be washed away or destruct or whatever, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. So it's just like learning as well to relax into it and just like enjoy the ride. It's just, life is supposed to be fun. Honestly, life is not supposed to be a burden at all. I really, really think this. And even in the challenging times, right? You can always access the peaceful energy and be like, you know what? I have no control. That's fine. Surrender and just like, let it happen. And it's going to be fine. You're going to be okay. You're gonna maximize what you have, and instead of seeing yourself, as something is happening to me or I'm a victim, no, be like, okay, a transformation is happening. Ooh, let's see, where it takes me. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's exciting about the transits, really. So you're gonna be, I know you're gonna be good, Nadiya. You're gonna be so much more empowered with Pluto. This planet is, I love it. And honestly, it's like, all that doesn't serve you and that is a weight to you, and you don't even realize that it's a weight. But it's not true. It's not real. It's not raw to the core of you, right? So I always see Pluto as like the one that is really it's a little bit intense, sorry, but like cutting through the skin and just like taking the skin off. So dépecer, I don't know the word in English, but it's a kind of a really intense word. Taking the skin off, right? It's not really shading, it's even like more intense than this, but that's what it is, right? It's just like you will just flesh underneath you. What is it, right? In your guts, what it is all about. And so I think you're gonna access it. You're gonna be very empowered by it. So I wouldn't just like even second guess Pluto for a second. You're gonna be at the top of your game after that, for sure.
Oh my God. Well, there's nowhere else to go but go up, right? After that. But it's so interesting. I hadn't heard it articulated that way before. Like this idea that it's like the skin is gone and it's like what's inside is just like right there on the surface. Because, okay, I'm going to tell you this summer, I was on bed rest. Okay, so what happened? And I wrote a little, I haven't talked about it that much, but a little bit here and there. So I had an injury and it required 17 stitches, right? Okay, great. I was in another country. They stitched it up. It was painful in a way, but then they stitched it. I got my painkillers. I was okay. But then what happened was I had severe swelling and it forced the stitches open. So there were 17 stitches and they forced right open. And so then I had to go to an expert and then they had to bring the swelling down first. And then he sewed it up and he said, okay, I need you to take it really easy for the next few days and just, try to do as little as possible. Literally within a couple of days, it opened up again. And then the doctor had to sew it up again. And he said, I need you to not move. Like, I need you to just stay still and not move. So there were a couple of things about this. One was I was a block and a half from maybe the most beautiful beach in the world, Ipanema in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. And I couldn't go. Like, I wasn't allowed to leave the bed. And I really couldn't go because I couldn't really move the way that I was feeling and the way my body felt. I needed a nurse. Like, for a full month, I needed somebody to take care of me. But the other thing is, I was joking around at the time that it was like Freddy Krueger. Do you remember Freddy Krueger? Do you ever see the movies where he's just like all exposed? It was literally like that. And at the base of my spine, because it was superficial, so it was above the base of my spine. But my lower back, it was literally like a heart. It just kind of looked like this, but wide open skin, like just open. The inside was outside. It was awful, awful, awful. And I never made that connection that is so Pluto, isn't it?
You know what's funny too? Is like the heart shape is the same on the planet Pluto.
Yes.
You've seen the picture, right?
Yes. Pluto has a heart shape to it, right? It has an imprinting, right? Let me have a look if I can find this. Yeah, as you're talking. Yeah.
And so that's, that's perfect example. And I'm sorry, I didn't know about this, but like, that's what it is. It's like the flesh, what is inside, it needs to come out and there's no way you're going to stop it. So, just sew the wound. No, it's not enough. Pluto is way stronger than this. So if you don't pay attention to it, then it's going to, give you another wave and another wave and another wave. And so I think that's good when you have all those signs in them, in life. Just be like, okay, really, what life is trying to tell me, right? And so that's what's good. It's with astrology, because you have a specific planet entering or activating something in your chart, then you're able to say like, oh, okay, so this is about my power, this is about me aligning to my true core, right? And to just shed what is not useful to me anymore. And so when you have transits and when you have things happening in your life, that's when astrology is so useful, is because you can connect instantly of what field and what is the problem, what frequency I am right now. And so that's the thing. Pluto is going to be making you experience the lower frequency. So fear, you feel like you are powerless because you cannot move, right? And especially in a fixed sign of Aquarius. And so you feel like trapped. And that's the thing as well. Pluto really has, in my opinion, a ladder of even like animal symbols, like bugs symbols. And the first one is the spider. So the spider, it's actually, a spider is very afraid of a lot of things. You just have to scream at a spider and it's gonna stop and be like immobile, right?
Yeah.
Immobile, and just like, oh my god, I cannot. I'm so scared, right? And then just putting, oh my god, my English, putting the web when you sew
Yes.
the web.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So and when it sews the web, right, and then hides, waiting for the food to
Yeah.
come on the web, right? But the higher level of Pluto is the dove. Pure, doesn't even have to be this and let me hide and let me not access my power and all of it. And of course you have like different symbols within those two, but to me the dove is the purest expression of Pluto, because Pluto at its very, very best, it's like you feel so powerful and you are so light, and it's just the pure you that is just unburdened
Wow.
by life. It's okay. It's easy. It's fine. I feel so light and free and just true to who I really am.
Wow. That's the hope, right? That it comes through more and more.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to show people this. That's a C. They're calling it the heart-shaped C. Heart-shaped feature. It's an ice plane known as Sputnik.
Doesn't it look like what you had in the lower back?
Yes. And it's even showing up like where the lower back would be.
Right?
That is absolutely incredible. Is that not completely incredible? Yeah. That's what it was, to have that right there. It was a very intense experience. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And it was like to be so vulnerable, to really feel like my insides are outside. It was a real vulnerability, the kind that I mean, I think of it as one of the hardest times I've ever been through. It was so hard. And so it's like I am on the other side, but then a part of me is still, I'm not like completely what I was. I guess we're never what we were before a Pluto transit, right? And especially a Pluto transit like that, it really feels like I am changed as a result of the experience that I had, in ways I'm still understanding, but also still healing from. Like physically, they're slowly, they're still healing, because the scarring was pretty intense also.
It all depends as well what you do in response to this. So if you haven't done anything, and I'm talking about like, bigger transits in general for people as well. If something happens to you and you keep on doing the same thing, life is gonna show up with the same lesson again and again and again, like in relationship, all of it, right?
Yeah.
But when you actually just shift to a more empowered place and be like, okay, so this is happening. Why and how should I react to this? What is my response? What this transit is actually pushing me to do, forcing me to do, right? And when you take action and when you take responsibility, right, in the transits, and so that's when you become more empowered by it and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna be like this now. And so that's the planet entering you now, the higher qualities of the planet being transformed in you and elevating your soul with it. And so you're going to access that power of Pluto. Either you already had access to it a little bit more because it now had destruct a little of something to then rebuild again, and it's gonna, ascend up to the highest frequency possible, obviously.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, right? In this lifetime is to like ascend to higher and higher frequencies. And I can see how, like the way you conceptualize it, that this is part of that ascension. And it really like it starts at the base of the spine, right? Where the base chakra is. It becomes such a powerful symbol of that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And for you to just like ascend. And so when you see Pluto like this, and honestly, I adore Pluto. So I have Venus conjunct Pluto. I just love this planet that I connect with it so much. I am so not afraid of just seeing what's not good and what deserves to die and not that, oh my God, death. No, it's not death. It's just like, no, it's just, oh, this was not useful anymore. Thank you. And then bye. And then being fresh again, right? And so it's like old skin. Obviously, you wouldn't want like a snake wouldn't want to keep its old skin all the time and just feeling like, just cracked and all. You want something fresh, something new, and feeling like, you can conquer the world, right? So
I'm gonna remember that when I wake up, like, yes, Pluto. Okay.
Yes, exactly. You know what? Exactly. So that's really the key. When you have heavy transits, first the planet is going to be outside of you, then enter you in a way or another. And then if you want to actually integrate the planet in your skin, right? In your skin, in your flesh, then you're going to become they're going to become a part of you. You're going to become a part of them as well. And so now you're just bonding with the higher frequencies of this energy. And so, yeah, that's when the results happen, and the gifts of each planet now is offered to you. So with Pluto, it enters the body and it, makes you like an atomic bomb, right? But then it's gonna turn into such a powerful depth of soul. You're gonna love it. I know for sure.
Yeah. A transformation.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Let's be positive all about it. Okay. How do you feel about going to some of the other outer planets since I have you here? Because Neptune is conjunct my midheaven right about now. Yes. So a Neptune conjunction, how can people understand a Neptune transit, a Neptune conjunction?
Neptune. Neptune. Neptune is not an easy energy, but Neptune is, honestly, if you know how to let go. So, okay, same thing. You have lower and higher frequencies of Neptune. Obviously, the first one is going to be like, what's happening? I am in the complete fog. I don't know where to go anymore. I cannot see further than even like a day forward. I feel like I have, so it's not the same thing as like powerlessness as Pluto, but it's like feeling like a dissolvement of your identity. And so Neptune is, of course, not an easy peasy planet, right? But it makes you access the spirituality and the oneness of just merging with God or life, nature, the universe, how you want to call it, so much. And when you integrate that you are actually part of all of this, that's when you can just trust and let go and let God. That's the thing with Neptune, is really let go and let God. And there's no better way of using the Neptunian power with power, right? Yeah, more about
I love it.
That's the theme of the class, right? So it's all about power too. But yeah, Neptune is really about accessing the spiritual power that you have, because there is power in releasing. There is power in letting go, and just understand that, you know what, I'm going to trust that everything is happening for a reason. And Neptune is going to make sure that you are prone to accept that you want to go there. No, let's have you there, 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 because that's the path that you need to take to actually dissolve, same thing, what is not serving you anymore, what is not true to you, to make you realize things, change you in the process, and to then access even better than what you thought you wanted at first. So that's really the Neptunian side. It's like, just embrace your spirituality and the magic of life, really, what you cannot see. Neptune is really like, what's happening? I don't see anymore. Good, because you can trust that nature, life, God, the universe knows. No, we have sunsets every morning. We have trillions of cells in the body. We have everything working, like nature, like life, even like, women having birth in, and we're like, am I gonna be able to do this? I mean, yeah, it's okay, So we are so oppressed by the way we and I really think that's what's coming with the on a side note, with the North Node in Neptune and the South Node in Virgo.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, this year, Neptune and the North Node are going to kind of hang out there for a little while in the first part of the year. It's huge. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's changing sign on the day of my class, actually, on January 11th.
Okay.
And so, it's all about, like, it's going to be about release and let's just work, and it's okay. Life is like this. We call it métro boulot dodo. It's called like subway, work and sleep in France. And so it's like, you just do this, and you don't enjoy life, and you don't enjoy the beauty of nature, and you don't enjoy the magic. Yes, it's going to be time to enjoy the magic and to trust the beauty of life and what's happening with, we are just one. It's one energy. It's one higher consciousness that is like, just follow along, enjoy the ride. And that's what it is about. Neptune is like, enjoy the spiritual ride, because it knows who you are, and it knows where to take you. Even if you cannot see, just learn how to trust the, spirit, because it knows way more than we do, honestly. And so, yeah, that's how you can access Neptune. It's not an easy energy, for sure. I had like my share of opposition of Neptune, and it was like, what's going on? But today is actually Sun square Neptune, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As we're recording this,
square Neptune today. And see, that's how you can access the best of Neptune. It's just like, you know what? Let's just trust. Let's just enjoy, and let's have fun in life. Just follow along. It's just a ride, really, and connect with this, with what we have in here. In there is the beauty of the immensity and the infinity of life itself. It's a beautiful thing.
Wow. And finally, as far as outer planets go, let me ask you about Uranus, because I was sharing with you before we started recording as well. Uranus will trine my sun, start trining my sun. Pluto's on it, Uranus is trining it, but just Uranus transits, Uranus conjunctions, Uranus transits. How do you navigate a Uranus transit to see the higher vibe of it?
So the Uranus transit is going to make you, just on the lower frequency, is going to make you cut things like this. So I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm done with it. But it's not escapism like, the Piscean energy and the Neptunian energy can be as well. But it's more like so sharp then you just disconnect with emotion, other people, and just, it's not the way. It's not my way. So I'm just gonna throw it out of the window and then not deal with this, and it's done forever, and I don't even care. I just like not the God complex, but like anyway, I'm doing anything I want, and I can just like be myself on the other side of the planet and just, okay, of course you can. That's the need and the search for freedom that is not integrated on the best level, right? Because Uranus at the higher frequency is actually knowing that you are so free. You can just live your life just calmly, just knowing that you know what, I connect with this and I'm gonna have it. That's cool. I don't care when it's gonna happen. And what's my purpose in this environment, in this community? How can I bring something to the table for, having a better connection with like the web of people that we are on the planet? And yeah, be one in my community, and using this power of being one in the community and not just being like dematerialized, all taking away all of your humanness, right? No, just be one, be present. It's okay. You are free. You don't need to just cut through things, cut through people, and just deny everything that is not futuristic. And people don't think like me. No, I don't want to deal with them. It's okay. Even conservative people, even like shy people, even it's all good. Everyone needs to and can be allowed to express themselves and be themselves. And so Uranus tends to, on the lower side, just discard the people that are not in there because they don't understand them, because they don't understand them, so they cannot hang with us, right? No, it's all good. Everyone is different, but the difference must not just become the how do you say it? The circle. Sorry, I'm missing a few English words.
I love it. I love it. Just say it. Yeah. I get it. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Being different, and being the norm is being different. No, the norm is everyone can be whoever they want, even if it's more on the conservative side, and if it's okay, right? Don't discard what was there before. It was there for a purpose, for a reason as well, and you don't need to just cut through, and be emotionless, because that's the power of Uranus as well. Is the ability to just take the emotions and look at them and just be like, oh, okay, how can I use them to create what I want? So, all the law of assumption and the law of manifestation and all of it, of course, the 4D and accessing the power of the human mind and how I can download energy, download information for me to be able to navigate and have whatever I want. Yes, of course, you are God and we are God and God is in us, and of course, but it's just keeping the feet on the ground as well, and just be open to accept your brothers and sister of humanity as well, for sure, and even maybe aliens, who knows?
Yeah, right. Why not? People in the US are seeing drones and things, so I think we as a collective are gearing up for that, very likely. And so I do want to say to everybody out there, what you just saw Anj do with the outer planets is what she will do for each of the 12 signs coming up at Synchronicity University as part of the January 2025 speaker series. So this is super exciting. You're going to go through the 12 signs and help us to understand the higher vibe of them and how each of the 12 signs is part of each of us. How do you understand that?
So I really see the Zodiac Wheel, so the 12th sign, as a unit. So that's what I'm going to focus on as well in the class, is because usually we feel disconnected from one sign to another. Oh, I have my sun in Virgo. I have my moon in Sag. No, you are part of you have the 12 signs within you, and you can access the energy. So for example, just a little side note, for example, you have your own natal chart. You know that you have a planet in, you have Venus in Scorpio. Then with the cusps, so those are the doors between signs. These are actually the best way to know how you can elevate that frequency of the sign or the planet that is within the sign. So, for example, having a Venus in Scorpio, then you know that you come from, looking at the previous cusp, you know that you come from a Venus in Libra that is more about pleasing people and harmony, diplomacy, peace. And that's a very good thing. But the Zodiac Wheel puts Scorpio after Libra for a purpose. It's to just, take a little bit of that superficiality, which can be a more negative side of Libra, to just be wanting real connection with people, real relationship, getting through the mud with each other, right? And loving it and becoming stronger with another person. But you can also look at the following cusp, which is between, so Scorpio for this example, and Sag. And by looking at the cusp that, have a sneak peek of what's coming after you, and what you are actually lacking in the sign of Scorpio is that, positive energy, and that, okay, let's not just be deep, 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 and maybe, it's okay. Let's have light, let's give ourselves options. Let's just open up to the world a little bit more instead of just becoming one and just die together. Okay, it's good, but
I know that's very Scorpio. Yes, oh God. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay, can we breathe? There's not a lot of breathing happening here. Breath is life. Can we just, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? Is that okay? Yeah, can we do this? Okay, yeah.
Right. Let's just do, it's okay. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not like this. Yeah.
Right. And so, that's exactly what Morticia and Gomez do, right? These are the Scorpio couple, chef's kiss. Let's just die together, and our rotting shells will die and even combust together. Yes. Okay, maybe let go of the intensity and go, have a little bit of that Sag energy, right? Which is gonna bring you a sense of, let's just elevate a bit more, and let's be lighter, and let's just bring a little bit of wisdom in our relationship as well, right? And so these cusps are really important for us to understand that the sequence of the zodiac in itself, so the 12 signs, it's actually a sequence of creation, life creation, that is in a harmony. So it helps you evolve and access the best quality each time. So every year, of course, the sun is going to go through, at spring, go through Aries up to Pisces. And so it's going to be the wheel up, accessing a new level, and then a new level the year after this. So that's the goal. You want to ascend, and you want to, keep on improving your life. Even if, for example, you lose your job, or, something happens during the year, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't mean that, I'm digressing and this is not this is a failure. No, you're on the way to moving toward a more elevated version of yourself. And so just trust this. It's going to be fine, and it's because it's all about positive change, this class. And so, yeah, we're going to really focus on this. So this wheel, this cycle of evolution goes through these 12 signs in this particular sequence for a purpose. And every time we go from a sign to another, it's because life knows that, you know what, this sign was actually lacking a little bit of this. Let's put it there. On to the next one. Now let's put it there. And each sign has its own contribution to the zodiac wheel, which is the life creation in itself. And so it's also gonna allows people to just connect a sign with a purpose within the zodiac. What are the contribution to this cycle of creation? So I hope, but I think people really enjoy it and feel empowered by it for sure.
I think so. I mean, I love the enthusiasm you bring, but then you also have all this knowledge and insight. And I think it's just going to be fascinating. Just in this conversation, I learned so much about the outer planets and how I might want to approach them. And I know that all of the signs are part of us. And I never thought of it that way. Like, it isn't just that you're going around, but it's that you're ascending. With each time, like just to keep it simple, the sun, each time the sun goes all the way around your chart, it's like the sun itself becomes more to you. You're able to access those signs in a higher way, each go around, each time around, and thereby know yourself each time around, each go around. And what a lovely way to consider the cosmos. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be such a wonderful exploration to consider. And once again, everybody, Anj is coming to Synchronicity University. It is part of the January 2025 speaker series. From the time this is publishing, you have a little time left to choose your tuition rate, as well as just $5 a class to learn from Anj and these other incredible speakers. Anj, what a pleasure getting to know you. You brought so much love. You brought so much enthusiasm, so much openness. Just how darling are you? Just thank you for this moment with you.
Coming from you, Nadiya, is like this day is one of the best days of my astrology life. I love you so much, and once again, I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Really, you mean so much in my astrology journey, and so this is like talking about full circle and elevating circle. This is one of them.
Wow. How wonderful that I could facilitate that. I'm so excited. And I just have a feeling you're going to do great things in astrology. I can see it. I can feel it. You already helped me to see my own transits differently. So I just can imagine how many people you're going to reach with these new ways of understanding, these new perspectives. I'm really excited to see how you continue to share and grow and contribute to astrology. And I love that I'm here, right? Like I'm right here at this point of your career when you're just about to like really take off. I'm right here. What a privilege.
I hope so. Okay. Thank you. I'll take it.
Well, thank you again, Anj, for being here. And thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Until we connect again, take care. Bye.
Bye.